Ladies and gentlemen, from the capital city of Georgetown, Guyana, the land of many waters in South America, please welcome Lady Wendy.
Welcome, my fellow Guyanese, to the Lady Wendy Show. This afternoon we have a great show lined up for you. I want to say hello to my Caribbean colleagues, to all my Guyanese folks all over the world. Canadians, to the French Canadians, bonjour. And to my Venezuelan counterpart, hola. And to my Chinese friends, naya. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This show this afternoon, we have an exciting lineup for you. We have two great guests. When you read their bios, you are going to be so excited, because to see that right here in Guyana, we have great talents. And I have to tell the world about you, that what talent we have lie in store here. And today, I chose you, the youths. You notice, people say, why you chose youths the first? I said, because the youths are the most toughest of people to shop. And if I stand on their shoulders tonight and they tell me I'm okay, then I know Lady Wendy's show will be okay for the rest of the journey. The other reason, I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous. I'm going to tell you now. And the other thing I want to also tell you is that I don't know much right off the bat. But the little that I know, I guarantee you, once I get warmed up, that it will take you a long way, because it's all about goodness. Lady Wendy's show wants to tell you how to live your life to the fullest, how to laugh, loosen up. A matter of fact, turn to your person beside you. Have you shared a smile today? And smile with them. Let me see you smile. I will also tell you what it is to love, because we get mixed up with love, and how to love each other from the goodness. And it's not what someone can do for you, but what you can do for someone else. And to live that purpose-driven life. That's what this show is all about. So you stay tuned. We are going to have a wonderful time with our two wonderful guest speakers, Enid Lambert and Denon Lois.
In today's fast-paced world of modern finance, with its many options and opportunities, you will need good advice and help getting value for your money. Hand-in-Hand Trust is the way to go, from owning your own home or business with our residential and commercial mortgages to drive a new car with a vehicle loan. We'll help you realize your dreams. You can also access investment deposit accounts, share brokerage services, personal trust, thrift and pension plan trusteeship, property management, investment portfolio management, safe deposit boxes, the convenience of our Cambio, Western Union, and Bill Express services. Hand-in-Hand Trust for financial services and more, helping you get the most out of your financial resources and your life.
Hi, welcome back. We have here our first guest speaker, Miss Anije Lambert. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you again. It's so great to have you here. I'm so honored. You know, when I first put in the call to you and I said, would you like to be in the show? And while I was talking to you, there was one thing that stood out that I really admired. I said to you, the days that I was having was, and you said one thing, and I said, yes, this is the young woman I would want to have on my show. And I want you to repeat, when I said that I was having such a hectic day, you said something to do with passion. And I want you to tell the audience, because that was the key that I thought, this is someone with a lot of substance.
Thank you, thank you. I must say that I am honored to be here on your very first episode of the Lady Wendy Show. And yes, when you called and she was saying, you know, it's a busy day and so many things to get done in preparation for this afternoon, I remembered something that I've heard or possibly read, and it says, you know, passion is not excitement. Passion is perseverance. And if we're passionate about something, we will go after it, despite the challenges, despite the obstacles, despite the times when the carpet is just pulled from under you and you're sitting on really cold tile.
You're absolutely right. And you know, the other thing that I would like you to tell me, because you were so eloquent in what you said, that, and when I read your, first of all, your bio was phenomenal. I must tell you right up front.
Thank you.
Now, how could you tell the audience a little bit about you? I mean, I noticed you start reading at the age of 3. You seem to have a pack. You're only 27?
24.
Oh, Lord.
No.
Oh, okay, 24. And
Yeah,
someone at
24.
24, I remember when I was 24, I mean, I was a bit very adventurous, but I found that young people today is doing a lot, and I'm very, happy that here in Guyana, I'm interacting with a lot of young folks, and it seems to be on a positive that you're moving forward in the right direction. Because sometimes you tend to get, more of a negative connotation around young youths, but I wanted to celebrate youths, and that's actually the reason why I actually brought this first show, because I felt that we need to show what Guyana has to offer through the eyes of the youths. So I'm very excited about that. So tell me a little bit more about you. Who is Miss Lambert? Who is...
Well, I'm very passionate. I am a go-getter. If I am given a dream and if I'm given a task, I go after it with everything that I've got.
Okay. I noticed you founded a company, and tell us about the PDC.
Yes, I founded a company. It's called Project Development Consultancy, and it's an market and social research company.
Okay.
I once used to go around telling people, oh, I have a small startup.
Okay.
But reality is that we do a lot of work on the international scene. So we deal with data, we deal with analytics, data collection, we deal with more so the logistical parts.
And you, the founder of this. Let's get this clear.
Yes.
At a 24 age old, you are the founder of I would say, new technology.
Well, it's an industry that has been out there for quite some time.
Okay.
It's just that Guyanese, or I should say the Caribbean, are now paying more attention to it.
Pay more attention to it. I also read in your bio that you created 200 graduates that graduate from your program. Tell me a bit about that.
Well, originally, the reason I started PDC,
Okay.
commonly known as PDC Research, is I was consulting at a very young age, at 19, and I was working for 2 international companies.
Okay.
And then one day, one of them said, okay, you have to make a decision. What are you going to do? You can't really be working for us and working for another research company.
Okay.
So I said, but I love both of them. I love the opportunities each one, provides me with. And I remember working from my bedroom, kind of directing how data collection should be done in Trinidad and in Suriname from my bedroom, and sometimes my aunts used to be like, what do you do all day? You're just staying in your room. You're just like, this girl, you know when people don't understand. So yes, going back to the story, so we started off. Sooner or later, some of my consulting projects required us to hire.
And I noticed you in your bio again, you said that some of your graduates were able to get part-time or full-time jobs within about 6-month period. That's phenomenal.
Yes, so the best part was going to my fellow university students. It was a group of us from UG.
Okay.
Going to other university students in their first year, in their second year, in their final year, and saying, listen, we got a part-time job. You could make a lot of money just staying at home.
Okay.
Just staying at home. We started off with transcriptions, and then we went to coding, and then it was just a bliss.
Okay.
One of the stories was we were able to help one of the students with his final thesis because
Okay.
he got a job
All right.
through our company. So those were the moments.
I have a question for you. You've done so much at this age, and I'm very proud, I must say, listening to you and reading what you've done so far.
Thank you.
What would you tell these youths that are in the audience here, that are listening to us? What advice would you give to them in going after their dreams?
I would tell them that it's a myth. Popularity, being popular doesn't mean that you will automatically succeed. It is also a myth that being a wallflower means you'll automatically fail. I was a wallflower. I went to Annandale Secondary School, and the only thing that was noticeable about me was my height. And even though I started to read at age 3 and I did a lot of things in my younger years, when high school hit, or when puberty hit, I was special. You know, I was the girl that stood and stared outside all the time. I was the weird one. I was the nerd. You know, the girl with the funny accent, because they didn't believe that this is how I actually speak. But if you have a dream, just go after it. And you opened up to this afternoon with a proverb, an old proverb, I should say, you know, when Buddha come.
Yeah.
What was it?
Moona run till daylight catch 'em.
Moona run till daylight catch 'em. And that could be, there's a flip side to that coin. If you keep on working and working and working, trust me, success will come. You just need to work.
One other question that I have for you. Where do you go from here? Tell me where in 5 years, where do I see you? Where do I check in with you?
Where do you check in with me? Hopefully in my one of my offices in the Caribbean. We're now looking at expanding, having physical locations in some of our neighboring countries. So in the next 5 years,
You see yourself as expanding.
Yes,
Now,
regionally
what is your
and
workforce that you
internationally.
have within your company? How many folks do you have?
well, our company is we work with a lot of contractors.
Contractor.
So I like to call them consultants.
Consultants. Well, that's the key word now.
So I tell my father, I said, Daddy, I can't really say. Sometimes we have a team of 5 and then we expand to a team of 30. And it depends on the projects that we take on. We've done a lot of work. Last year was a year in which God really blessed us. We were able to work with the Inter-American Development Bank. We were able to work with ILO. We were able to do a lot of data collection that is going to
It's
benefit
wonderful that
reports.
you're doing all these wonderful things, but one of the things that I also believe in the purpose-driven life is service.
Of course.
Because I believe, and I will tell you as we get through this show, is that you must, in order to find your full purpose, apart from, you do have to tune into your God self, your inner self, because everything lies within you. Now, the other part of it is service, because if you do service, so whether it's doing someone's homework, your little brother or sister, that is service. Every day you wake up. And I think if you want to live that full life, you must find purpose and you must serve. So what do you do that you would say as a service apart from your business in terms of community?
In community. Well, I volunteer a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes it's forced.
Uh-oh.
But most of the times, it's me reaching out.
Okay.
As a kid, I would remember just going into some orphanages and spending time with the girls.
Very good.
And listening to their stories. I love, the reason why I do research is because I love to hear others people's stories.
Well, I really, really thank you for coming and sharing, because it's to me, it's is an expression that there is good in all of us. And everything that you want, as you said, rightfully said, that you have to, hard work pays off. And in hard work, we have to focus. And I will talk to the audience once, is that you have to focus. Because you have a goal, and if you don't focus, as Les Brown, who's one of my mentors, says, is like having a car without gas. So we will talk about that. I love to see you focus. You continue to do the good work that you're doing. I would love to bring you here 5 years from now. Lady Wendy, by that time, will be hopping more. And hopefully you can tell me what you're doing. And I will certainly like to come out and visit. Perhaps I can coordinate with you on projects together. And once again, I want to thank you for coming to my first induction show. It's a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Now you can get all the latest products you want, electronics, fashion, furniture from anywhere in the world with internet shopping at Aeropost through World Mall Guyana. You'll need to register with Aeropost and have a credit or debit card account. If you don't have one, come into our office and use ours for just 10% of the product cost. Call 223-3061. Select your products. Pay for them via credit card. We'll ship to Guyana and handle customs brokerage. We can also deliver if you so desire, or you can come into our office and collect. www.aeropost.com. Aeropost. Enjoy the thrill of internet shopping.
Hi, Mom. This is Kareem, your son, just checking in. First and foremost, just wanted to say congratulations on the opening of the Lady Wendy show. You know, it's a real honor being able to be a part of such a special time and experience for you. And just honestly being a part of today's episode, I'm truly grateful for that. And for those who don't know, I'm currently on a full athletic scholarship in the United States, and I'm in my third year here in college, majoring in biomedical sciences. I do have aspirations of playing professional basketball and one day hopefully becoming a sports medicine physician. But, you know, basketball has always been a passion of mine, and I knew at a young age that I wanted to play at the highest level possible, so I worked every single day, both on and off the court to strive towards that goal. So my one word of advice would be to just have a dream for yourself, all the youth out there, and just have that vision and work every single day, regardless of anything you're going through at that time, to keep on striving for your goal. In order to get to your destination, you really have to figure out what your passion is and enjoy that process and then trust in that journey. So that's my little tidbit for today, Lady Wendy. I'm really excited and happy for this new beginning for you, and I'm ready to hear you share more of the tidbits you shared with me growing up and more.
Thank you for staying with us. We're glad to have you here. And I'm so excited again. We have another powerful guest speaker, Denon Lois. And, you know, I want to correct the first part. I did say Denton Lois, but it's Denon Lois. And this is a fabulous young man. And I'm not going to say much about him. I'm going to let him tell me a little bit about you.
Well, first off, I must say, Lady Wendy, thank you for having me here this afternoon. A little bit about me, in a few words, what I usually say is I'm the type of guy, I'm the guy you go to when you want to have or want to build something, when you have that dream, that vision that you want to make successful. I'm the type of person that inspires, I'm the type of person that encourages, but more so I'm the type of person that helps.
Oh, wonderful. Now, I noticed from your bio, you've been very busy. I thought I was very busy, but you were busier than me. And once again, and that's why I brought out you young folks, because I want to let people know out there that there are actually people that are working there. We won't say the word, but who's really working to get things happen. And you're one of them. I noticed in your bio that you mentioned you started in sales.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, I feel as though I've always had a passion for sales. From a very early age, I'm talking even in secondary school, where I would buy and sell trading cards as a means of just earning, just the fun, the adrenaline that goes behind it, to coming out from that, finding, well, the first place I would have worked was at the National Insurance Scheme. And even at that level, I found myself selling phone cards to the employees there. So it was always this burning desire and passion.
So I would say you're an entrepreneur. That's the so you would be one of the persons that I can surely say that has big dreams about that millionaire dollars.
Yes.
What is in your?
Well, it is. Thank you. It is a desire. It is a desire of me to become a serial entrepreneur, to have multiple streams of income, multiple businesses that are successful and that run independent of me. So yes, indeed, it is one of my aspirations.
Wonderful. Tell me about the master program that you are involved with.
Okay, so it's the Masterclass Institute, and I'm the sales and leadership trainer at the Masterclass Institute. What we usually do is we focus primarily on young and entering entrepreneurs, persons who are now entering the markets, persons who are now thinking about getting into business but really need that foundation before they grow and become even more successful or effective, as well as the seasoned and not so seasoned entrepreneurs who might need, let's say, rebranding or new ideas as it relates to their business. And we focus in various areas, but we primarily focus on sales, foundations, and of course leadership, because the business starts within you. So if you're not perfect, if you're not really putting your all into the business, then the business wouldn't produce the fruits that you're really looking for.
Okay. Yeah, you know, that one of the things about me, I have always been an entrepreneur. So when I read your thing, I said, wow. But it is reward, you know.
Yes.
And once again, if you focus on what is it that you're delivering, you know, because some of us can just go into entrepreneur in a form of just a hustle. Because and I sense that there's a lot of that. But if you have, once again, going back to that purpose, where you want to go, you know, where you set the, you know, that goal that you want, where you want to focus, I do believe that you will be successful, or you is already successful. Now, I also read that at the age of, is it 19, you want to tell me a little bit about what you did at 19 that was very fascinating, I felt.
Well, what happened was I'm always involved. I'm always looking at the world out there to see what are some of the avenues, what are the various things that I can get involved in. And really looking at Guyana's economy or its position at that time, I realized that there was a demand for there was a growing demand for the technology, this data and social media. So I got together with a few of my pals, and we launched let's say an online platform.
Yeah, political.
Yes,
what did you
politics.
Politics,
right?
yes.
Because we realized that a lot of persons, if you look at, for example, our local government election that we had, a lot of folks that wanted to be a part of that, wanted to be counselors or whatnot, they might not have had the necessary know-how as it relates to political campaigning and whatnot. So what I did is I pulled persons within my network, and that's an entrepreneur. You don't need to know all the stuff that is needed for a particular business. Once you're good at networking, you can just pull persons, the relevant pieces together, and you can supervise the entire process.
Well, I also noted that you, in terms of networking, you've got quite a bit. You're doing all the political work for the city, some of the city councils.
Yes,
you help them to, during the election, you help to brand them? Is that what you mostly do?
Absolutely. So what we did is I pulled, like, for example, persons who are good with graphic designs, persons who had access to various communities. And of course, a big part of what happened then was getting your voice out there, having people know what you do.
Okay.
So I helped to organize and have folks go out there to spread the message for this counselor, this person that was running for that particular post.
So you see what I'm talking about is that listen to the phenomenal or the greatness that you're doing, and I applaud you for being so so persistent is the word.
Yes.
A matter of fact, that we have here my assistant, Mr. Ryan Chan over there. He said it was his 25th birthday, and if you would just turn to him there, he had said that in his 25th birthday. And Ryan, could you say that quote that I love? What I heard you said.
Yeah. For my 25th birthday, I was kind of congratulating myself for making it to 25 years old, because I feel like in this day and age that we live in, this social media age, there's so much competition to be at a certain, or so much pressure to be at a certain position at a certain age. And I think for a lot of individuals, you can lose the sense of who you are and where you're trying to go if you're competing at a level. Because social media, what that does is it makes us see the best of individuals, and so everyone's constantly showing us the best, but that's not everything. But to wrap up, what I said was I thank myself for turning 25, and what I said was basically the metaphor I use. I'm sure they're gonna edit this out, but yeah, the metaphor that I use was that like your life is like a ship, and as you're moving like a ship, you want to plug the holes in your ship. Because as an individual, as you're plugging the holes, sometimes you need to a lot of folks aren't brave enough to analyze their life and where they're going, and it can take a long time. So
you see what I'm talking about. This is the kind of talent. This young man is my assistant, and this is the kind of people that I surround myself, because I do believe that the youths is who are our future. Actually, you guys are the future leader. You are who are going to direct me. Now, if we have the young lady that was just here earlier and just left, Anije Lambert, and now we have Denon Lois here. And now he is doing such wonderful work. I really, really, really appreciate it. But one word before we go, one word of encouragement. What do you say to our audience as a word of encouragement?
I say always stay courageous. Because courage is a thing that defines you. Courage is a thing that puts you apart from everyone else, right? So regardless of the dream that you have, regardless of that thing that you want to do, just having the courage to say, I'm not gonna be distracted by the 100 or the 99 things that is coming at me, but I'm gonna stay focused to that one, and until that one is completed, then I'll look for the what next. Because one of the things I live by is that success is basically evidence of what you have accomplished. It's the past. It's not what you're doing now. Yes. So you always need to be building on the success that you would have already accomplished. So stay courageous and just keep pressing on. And
wonderful. Thank you once again. And success, as you know, is also to tap into your God source, your God that lives within you. Once you understand that, there are two things that I would want to leave with you today is to tap into your God self and to serve once again, and also to be grateful, because when you're grateful, more things are going to open to you. And I want to say thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you. Well, what an amazing show we just heard here today. I am so happy. Once again, I would like to thank you, the audience, for coming and watching the show this afternoon. The ones that are here and the rest of the world that is watching, I want you to know that Guyana has great things happening in store. Our future leaders are here. And I'm very happy for our sponsors. We have this furniture. Kisun Furniture has so do go out and support, and we do have a booklet. Do stay tuned. Our next show, oh my God, if you thought this show was good, we've got the Valentine show coming up next week. So do tell others to join in. We will be having, and it's also the month of birthdays, so my birthday is coming up. So I hope that you would tune in. You will visit our website. We will be streaming live, or we are streaming live. And I do hope that you will enjoy the rest of the show. We've got a great lineup of different audience. We will be dealing with love that everybody wants to talk about, and relationships. But once again, thank you for tuning, and God bless. Once again, be kind.
Welcome to Kisun's Furniture. Find
everything you need for your home and more under one roof in our newly decorated showroom. Our locally crafted furniture has been perfected over the last 60 years. From our hands to your home, we also bring to you our newly introduced lines of imported furniture and sleep center, where you can find a wide range of beds and mattresses. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 60 years.